doing. So here's my question for you. If you could take a pill that would make you instantly healthy right now, how much would it be worth to you? I mean, would it be worth $5? Yeah, I think for me it would be worth $5. If for $5 I could instantly take care of my cholesterol problem, that would be beautiful. And if for $5 you could, lose a few extra pounds. But here's the extra question. How much would you be willing to spend? What if this pill would give you guaranteed health aside from old age? You'd still grow old and you'd die at like 90, 91, 92, maybe 120. I don't even know, but you'd die of old age normally, but you'd be healthy all the way through, okay? What would that pill be worth to you? Would you go into debt for a pill like that? Would you maybe take out a loan and say $40,000 for perfect health for the rest of my natural life? Would you do that? I would think that it might be valuable. And I think there might be people who would spend a whole lot of money, and they would work for years and years and years to get the money to pay off this health pill. And yet we're far less willing to work directly at the health, choosing what to eat, choosing how to exercise. For some reason, it makes more sense to me that I would work for years and years to make money, that I could exchange the money for medicine, that then I could exchange the medicine for health, right? That's for some reason, my brain works that way, that I think that makes more sense, when it really makes more sense for me to just get on the treadmill and go directly to the health. You know what I'm saying? Just start right from where I am and invest my efforts directly in the health. What we're going to be talking about today is how to get healthy spiritually and how to be growing spiritually, because it's my goal for you that 2011 would see you get cooler. I want you to be one of the coolest people on the planet. I want people to look at you when you leave this place and say, man, you're just so awesome. What is it? And you'd be like, I just got out of church. You know how when you just go to the fancy department store and you spend a bunch of money and you wear those clothes out, and then people look at you and they're like, hey, that's a nice outfit. And you're like, yep, just came from Nordstrom's. I don't know what fancy is anymore. My sister worked for Nordstrom's for a while, so that's what's coming on my head. What is it, Abercrombie now? Or you can tell I don't shop. These clothes are from the Gap because my wife bought them for me. I haven't fallen into the Gap in 80 years. But so here's the thing. What I'm trying to get at is that I want you to leave this place every single week in such a way that you just left and people are like, did you just get a haircut? No. Are you wearing cool clothes? No, I'm just wearing my normal stuff. So what is it about you? I'm a Christian. I just left church, and the glow is still all over me. I want you to be that cool. And so we're talking about how to have the it factor. And I know some of you work in IT, and I'm not talking about that computer nerdery. I'm talking about the it factor of being that person that people say, he's got something, she's got something. There's something special about that person. Take a look at Psalm 1, 2, and 3 here on your note sheet. We've looked at this verse a couple weeks. It says, just abbreviated, it says, his delight is in the law of the Lord, and whatever he does prospers. And then Jesus says in John 10:10, I've come that they may have life and have it to the full. Here's the deal. God is promising to you that people who live according to the Bible have a life that's above ordinary, prosperous and successful in ways that go beyond what we ordinarily think. And that those people who know Jesus have a life that's full and abundant. Those are incredible promises. I believe if you were totally prosperous and were full and abundant in everything you did, people would think you're cool. I think there'd be something about you that would stand out and everybody would be like, I want some of that too. So how do you get it? Well, we've looked for the past few weeks at the secret. The Bible basically can be condensed into 4 core teachings, 4 core principles, what we call our elements. The elements are metaphors of what God is telling us through the Bible he wants us to be doing. And the first metaphor is air. This is the metaphor that says God created me. He breathed into my life his breath. And unless he keeps breathing into my life his breath, then I'm just a ball of dirt, basically. I'm just protoplasm, I'm just goo. But if God breathes into me, then I'm something. Is that coming? Show us the pretty picture there. There it is. Air, like a bubble. I'm just nothing. You pop that bubble, but all I am is a container of air, container of God. He needs to move in my life for me to be the person I'm supposed to be. The second metaphor is fire, and that's the metaphor that God wants me to be living passionately with other people. He wants me to be in relationship with other people, that I keep them hot, they keep me hot, and together we do something great. The third metaphor is earth, and that's the metaphor that God is growing out of my life something precious, something that's designed by Him for Him. That's what we're talking about today, what it means to grow. And then next week we'll be talking about this metaphor of water. And the reason we talk about the water metaphor is because the world is dry and parched, and it needs a little bit of refreshment. So we are in a process together of doing these 4 things. And I'm convinced if we do these 4 things well, not only will our church be cool, but you'll be cool, and we'll just be a whole bunch of cool people together, and maybe we won't let anyone join our cool club. No, on the other hand, we're going to let everybody come in because they're just going to be clamoring at the doors, you know. So Jesus says in Matthew 4, take a look at this verse. He says, "Come and follow me." To a bunch of fishermen. And he says, "And I will make you fishers of men." And here's the key. At once, they left their nets and followed him. We're talking about the earth metaphor or growth today. And I want to make this point at the very beginning, that people who grow are early adopters. People who follow Jesus are early adopters in this respect. That Jesus goes up to these dudes and they're fishermen. They're stuck in the ways of tradition and the way they do things. And he says, "Come and follow me." And they drop their nets, their livelihood, everything that they're doing to make a living and care for their families are on the ground. And they're walking with Jesus. They don't know where he's going. They don't know how far he's walking. You know, maybe 2 miles later, they're like, "Jesus, where are we going? I should probably go back." No, they're just like, "Wherever you're going, dude, I'm coming with you. You say follow me, that's good enough for me." They're early adopters, and something amazing happens. They become the coolest people on the planet when Jesus moves through their lives, teaches them to obey the things that he's got going on, and they turn the whole world upside down, and now billions of people trace their spiritual heritage to the dudes who dropped the nets. I think they're cool. I think they're ahead of the curve. I think they're early adopters. So I want to share with you my observations on a dude named Steve Jobs, okay? Because Steve Jobs is the picture of those people who are early adopters, okay? Steve Jobs, this is the guy up here. You can barely see his face because of all the shadows and everything. That's all right. He's holding an apple because he's the dude who invented the Macintosh computer. He actually invented before that a small computer company called Apple. And if any of you know, Apple is now the #1 technology company in the world. Did you know that? They beat out Microsoft, not in terms of units of sales or in terms of this, that, or the other thing, but in terms of what they call